Hey, what's up guys? Kretzel here with another Marvel Future Red video. Today we're going to talk about what to do when you get level 100, how do you progress in the game, what should you be aiming for, and what game mode should you be pushing in. Before we get to that, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to drop a like and hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Now let's start with Blitz. Blitz doesn't change at all from when you're leveling to doing it while you're max level. You still do it every day for the gold and the potential 6-star badges for your main and your alts. Don't ignore them. They're super important, and that's really all we're going to say in the game mode, as nothing changes. There's no ranking system, but you're still doing it every single day. Special Ops, in my opinion, is one of the most balanced game modes when it comes to rankings, for the most part, as it kind of levels the playing field to an extent. Everyone's level 100, and it's about completing an objective and playing it smart, not dying. There really is no change from Special Ops from leveling to end game, but it's still something you will do every day to try to push in, as you get 2 to 4 star costume boxes for placing in the top 100. Those boxes have Xandarth, Hydra, and Sakaar regional gears in them. The scoring system in Special Ops takes your top score from every day and adds it to your weekly score. So you can do it several times a day to try to push for a better score, but you will only get that daily reward once. We also have an event going on in-game where you also get 5 additional sim particles just by completing your daily rewards for Special Ops. So it's something you definitely will be doing every single day. And then we move on to Most Wanted. Much like Blitz, it does not change from leveling up to max level. You get a little bit harder targets. I think the rewards get a little bit better. I personally pick the gold or the particles, as they are more of a bottleneck for me than costumes are currently. Outside of your 3 targets, you still want to kill your additional 4 per day and your 2 prime targets for your cards, as cards is a huge upgrade system at max level. And then we move on to battle challenges. That's like a broken record. It doesn't really change all that much from leveling up to max level. The only difference is you really want to be pushing at max level because there's more incentive to push, as you get 3 to 5 star core boxes, and even the percent reward brackets get 2 to 4 star core boxes. It takes time to push, and it still power gates you, as you can see right here, but it is something you'll be working on. I will say never use this pass ticket, as it is a complete waste of crystals. If you are pushing for the weekly, you still have to go back and complete every single battle, as it only completes it as a 1-star mission. Even if you have no intent to really push the leaderboards, I still wouldn't use it, as it's a waste of crystals. It might take you 15-20 minutes to get to this point, to level 20 or so, or wherever your current max level of battle challenge is at. So you get your weekly rewards for completing the battle, and then you get your weekly rewards for also placing an X amount rank on the leaderboards. So it's definitely something you want to be doing every day, and something you always want to be pushing in. Now raids. While it doesn't have a ranking system, it's one of the most important forms of progression at level 100. Nothing really changes from the core mechanics of Challenger to Extreme to Ultimate. They all had the same skill set. The only difference is Vision will hit you 10 times harder in Ultimate than he's gonna in Challenger. Now there's a couple things to look for in raid. As you can see, today's raids are Kingtron, Vision, and Cole, as it is the weekend. Usually throughout the week, there's only one active today's raid per day, and you get additional rewards for completing it, as you can see down here. I will always do today's raids, even if it's not the specific color I need, as you do get those additional rewards, and it does help down the road, even if it doesn't help you with the specialization you're trying to get today. One big tip is find yourself some active friends or an active alliance to run raids with. It is an MMO after all, and having people to run them with, A, can be more entertaining, and B, it can definitely help by taking the aggro off you from a boss fight, or just helping you get through certain mechanics. So let's move on to dimensional duels. They're still very similar as they were when you're leveling, but at level 100, you can start setting yourself up with your cards and badges to help you push in Dimension Duel, which rewards are decent if you can push in it. First off, you do get your one-time rewards for getting a new rank, as you can see in Platinum 2, Platinum 1, and then all the way up to Avenger, where you get a 6-star piece of gear and a 6-star core. As you can see, the Constellation reward is pretty trash. Victory reward is alright, but it is something you want to be doing every day. As bare minimum, you get your crystals every week and your dimensional dual currency, which then can be used for core boxes, potentials, training manuals, specialization boxes, regional gear, and Fury's classified data. So it's something you definitely want to put some attention into. You want to do your 5 daily at the very least, and you want to try to push at least a little bit. And then that brings us to Omega Wars, also known as Whale Wars. This mode can be pretty infuriating for free-to-play or small spenders if you're constantly matched with whales. In my opinion, Netmarble really needs to add brackets to this game mode, but that's for another video. Much like Special Ops, its score is an accumulative system that takes your highest score from the day and adds it to your weekly. So you can be running Omega Wars all day to try to improve that score and try to rise up the ranks a little bit. And then much like Dimensional Duel, you come to the shop with your Omega War tokens, and you can buy card boxes, badge boxes, PIMS research, particles, and regional gear boxes. Even if you hate the game mode and it seems like you're never winning, it's still worth doing twice a day. We do have a event going on in game for Omega War. Participate 50 times and win 30 times. And then that brings us to my personal favorite game mode, which is Dark Zone. This is in-game content only. Level 100, beat the story, and then you're introduced to Dark Zone, which is a cooperative PvP/PvE game mode. Ideally, you go in there with your alliance, but you can also go in there with 3 friends. When you get in there, your goal is to kill most wanted and prime targets to get points. You also get 1 point for a PvP kill, 2 points if you're in the time tune slot. You can also grab points by picking up these little remnants of chaos. They don't give a lot of points, but they can definitely help here and there. I'll be dropping a video more in depth at the Dark Zone later this week, but as for rewards, you get 7 rewards for most wanted, 1 or 2 cards at 1 or 2 stars for each most wanted, and then you get 2 rewards for prime targets depending on the damage you dealt to them. It's a copy-paste system of the most wanted and primes from the real world, just giving you a double opportunity to get them. You can also get unique Dark Zone cards, as you can see in the bottom right corner. As far as the weekly rewards go, you then take your Dark Zone currency back to the same area, and you get 2 options of level 100 4 to 6 star or level 100 3 to 6 star Dark Zone battle badge boxes. I personally buy the 4 to 6 star just because getting a 3 star kind of feels bad, but there's value in both. This gives you more opportunities for a 6. This gives you a better minimum, even though the 4 stars you're not going to use anyways. Now, Dark Zone is a daily mode. You get 1 hour a day to go in there and maximize your points, so use it wisely. Now it's time to talk about Invasion. Just kidding, I really wish it was. Come on, Netmarble, you have to throw me a bone here. Give me something to talk about with this game mode. I want this content so badly, but I guess we'll put a pin in this and revisit it another time. So let's talk about progression. You know you have to do these game modes, but why do you have to do them? First, let's talk about specialization or talents. These are insanely important to progression. It's very easy to do it well or completely mess it up. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert at any character in terms of progression. I use my knowledge of MMOs and my knowledge of the character I'm playing and kind of decide where I'm headed from there. Find a guide or someone who's very knowledgeable on your character. If you're struggling, don't hesitate to ask questions. You can always big brain it, and if you do, all the best of luck. There is something though you have to realize about specializations is that you can fail it, and it does not feel great when you do. Usually it's 75 to 80% chance to successfully upgrade it, but if you get hit with that 20-25% chance of failure, it does feel bad. So just keep that in mind. So cores. This does not change from leveling. You go to your core system, you grab 3 cores of the same kind, and you attempt, and I fucking emphasize attempt, to upgrade it to the level. I personally never really attempt to make 5 stars, as it feels really bad and feels like a waste when you throw away 3 4-star cores for 1 4-star. This is probably the system I have the most issues with in the game, personally, as I don't like the fact that I can throw 3 blues in there and get a red out of it, or throw 3 4-stars in there and get another 4-star out of it. I don't do 5 stars unless I have a huge abundance of 4 stars of variant colors that if I lose 3, it's not going to hurt as much. So let's move on to costumes, which I'm not trying to sound like a broken record here, but much like cores, it really doesn't change from leveling to being max. It's still the same system. You'd take 1 piece of gear and then 5 pieces of gear at the same star level, use it to upgrade it. Now there is something called costume nanofusion, which we're really not going to talk about as I don't really have a full grasp on the system yet, and I'm probably 6 months away from ever using it, and that's red stars. The idea of red stars kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth as I played way too much MSF to be comfortable with the idea of red stars, but I'm going to stay optimistic. And then that brings us to our last form of progression, which is cards. Once again, this doesn't really change from leveling up. You find the best cards for your build of your character, and you take cards at the same star level to upgrade it. So there's more of a reason to do these game modes to further your progression to level 100. And you kind of just got to keep at it and keep grinding. And that really does it for the overview of game content and how to progress your character to level 100 once you finish your leveling grind. I hope you guys find this video helpful. And if you made it this far and enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little bell either so you don't miss any MFR content in the future. And this is Krenzo, signing off.